Well, hello, Connection Church LV. You know, if you joined us this past Sunday, that we had an amazing experience. I mean, we had visitors from all over the place, and it's always good for a new church to have visitors. But not just visitors. Just know that whenever you come and you hang with us, man, you're family. And as a family, we had the opportunity to pray for one individual particularly. So that way God can really come in Romans 12 to him. So that way God can transform him by the renewing of his mind. So that way he can begin to see himself differently and begin to see the world around him differently. You know, because many times what happens is that our current circumstances, situations, our trials or tribulations begin to determine how we see things, how we see ourselves. But it's through an open invitation that Jesus puts out on a daily basis that when we accept it, there's a change that truly happens on the inside of us. Even more, we begin to see other people different. We begin to see ourselves different. And so Sunday, we came from the passage in regards to David bringing Mephibosheth to his table on a daily basis. And sometimes what happens is, just like Mephibosheth, we consider ourselves a dead dog because we have a disability, if you would, an issue inside of us, an issue that maybe other people see. And it just so happened that Mephibosheth was lame in both feet. But David was like, nonetheless, come and hang with me, come and dine with me, and you will eat with me as if you were one of my sons. See, that's the invitation. And what's interesting about invitations is the criteria in which that some of them come with. And I use an example this past Sunday in regards to the March of Dimes. And the one thing I failed to mention was the March of Dimes is a black tie event. And being a black tie event, as many of us know, there is a criteria that comes with that. For men, we want to make sure that we have our suit and tie on, we smell good, we look good, right? Because nobody wants to dine with you when you're not smelling good and looking good, right? Especially in an event like that where people are receiving awards and everything. And even much more for the women, to have their hair done, their nails done, and a beautiful dress on that complements the beauty that's on the inside and the outside. And so this is what me and my wife would do, is that we would accept the invitation, knowing the criteria, and meet the criteria. And so I believe that there was a misunderstanding when I was speaking in regards to my wife's preparation and my preparation for it, in that it may have came across as if we were doing it to impress people, but that wasn't the case. That is not the case. As my wife prepared for this March of Dimes event, she did so according to the criteria in which the invitation stated upon her. Not to impress anybody, but merely to meet the criteria of a black tie event. And maybe you've been to a black tie event and you did things not to impress, but to meet. And so I wanted to make sure that this was understood that, some invitations come with criteria, and it is our job to meet the criteria of the invitation. And what's beautiful about the invitation with Jesus is there is no criteria. It is a come as you are. And we see it with the kindness of God that David showed Mephibosheth. And so my prayer is that we do just that we show the kindness of God to anyone that we invite to come and partake a meal with us, a celebration, whatever it is. And if there is criteria to meet, my prayer is that we meet that just the same, not to impress anybody, but merely to meet the criteria in which the invitation sets. Because it is the one who's inviting. It is the one that's giving you that invitation, that's saying, hey, this is how I would like for you to come. And once again, the beautiful thing about Jesus is, he's like, come as you are, because my grace, my mercy, and my love will cover anything and everything. Even the parts of you that you don't want anybody to see, even the things about you that you don't want anybody to know. Jesus' invitation is simple: come as you are. And so for Connection Church, we say, come as you are.